I'm way too unpredictable.
Hello, welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast, and we are back a two-man team tonight with my co-host,
Jason.
this guy, and I'm Darren, and we are the Tech Disruptors. We talk tech news, AI, robotics, smartphones, video games, you name it, we do it.
And more recently, electric vehicles.
Yeah, so we were just talking before we started the show. Jason and I have both just recently purchased our first EV. The hippies have finally won. Jason also took up yoga and started using crystal deodorant the same day.
I was going to get a man bun, but I kind of lack the real estate for a man bun. So
the man bun, yeah, especially I know. But I felt very. I even wore a green T-shirt today. I'm feeling nature, feeling one with nature.
But we were just black, so I'm not sure what I'm doing over here.
He's got green underwear on. Don't worry.
There you go.
But we were just talking because it's a learning experience for people that love tech, because both Jason and I have never owned or even driven an EV before until just recently. Yep. And we were just talking about charging and the features that come with both cars. So Jason, you bought a Tesla, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. Tesla Model 3 long range.
Right.
2024. And it's the first year of their refresh. So it's got upgraded materials. Now, I can't compare to last year's. I've been in one 2023 for like 20 minutes if I was a passenger.
Yep.
But it's honestly coming from a 2021 vehicle, which isn't that old.
Yeah.
This thing feels like
you're driving
too far in the future. Now, I can't speak for yours, but the Tesla new in the Model 3, it's got a LED strip that goes from the front all the way to the back. It's just, it sounds dumb, but like when you're driving at night, it just kind of slowly, and you can change the color.
Yeah, that's like mine too. Yeah.
And it's got, we talked about security.
Yes.
And it's got Sentry mode. So when you walk away, all the cameras are active and it senses and records, and you can watch it remotely from your phone, which I believe is new for Android. So that's good. Yeah.
Mine doesn't have any of those features. No, I'm just kidding. So I bought a Volkswagen ID4, and so the reason for me, and you may have heard me talk about it on this show before. We're having a little bit of problem here in Canada. It's probably a very Canadian thing, but people are stealing a lot of cars, and I had a Toyota, or I have a Toyota.
What's this black sticker right here?
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
So anyway, people have been stealing cars here in Canada, and quite, how do we put this? Like they're not shy, and they're pretty tech savvy about the way that they do it. So we're talking like stealing IMEIs, stealing VIN numbers. Sorry, too much smartphones. Stealing VIN numbers, getting details of where you live, getting the code for your key fob to unlock your car. And literally just unlocking it, starting it up, and driving away. Unless you have like a old school 80s club like I do, or an alarm system, which I also do. So a little bit of a problem here. And this week, I won't go into details, but I had enough of anxiety-driven, will my car be there the next morning? So we went and purchased a EV. And mine has, like, the big screen has all the same stuff, just doesn't have the Sentry mode. Jason's a little bit fancier for that, but that's okay. It's okay.
Like I said, the full self-driving is pretty fun too. It's a monthly subscription, so I probably won't keep it, or maybe go whenever I need it. But it's kind of like, from my limited experience, their cruise control is called autopilot. And
of course,
when you have full self-driving, it's kind of all in one. So when you click it on, it's just on.
It just goes.
Yeah. No, if you have navigation set up, it obviously drives you to your destination.
Yeah.
If you're just driving with full self-driving on with no navigation, and you're coming up to somebody who's going too slow, you put your blinker on, and it automatically will change the lane as long as it's clear for you.
Huh.
It's just,
that's crazy tech, man.
So his reason for buying one is security. Mine is because I'm a tech nerd. and I think it was
That
about
too,
time I
yeah.
just purchased something that was more up my alley.
True. I know on mine, and this was when I took it for a test drive. We were talking about the test drive experience. The pickup is something else. It's phenomenal, especially electric cars. You haven't driven an electric car, you put your foot down just a little bit on the accelerator, and that thing takes off like a fucking
And it's
rocket through
smooth
space.
because there's
And
no vibration, there's no exhaust. Yeah.
So one of the things I noticed with mine is they have this, I forget the term they use. It's kind of like an automatic braking system.
Yeah.
So basically
it's regen.
Yeah, regen. Thank you. That's why I couldn't remember the name. That was weird to me.
That's the hardest thing to get used to because they told
Yeah.
me, we all know, and I'm sure Volkswagen's the same way, EVs have less maintenance, no oil changes. And he even told me if you use Regen Smart, your brakes could go up to over 100,000 miles and not be replaced.
Yep. The guy who told me, he's like, you will probably only have to replace the front because mine's an all-wheel drive. He said you might have to replace the front because they get used more. But he's like, you should be pretty good.
Well, the hardest thing for me is like when I let up the gas, I'm still new to it, is like coming up to a red light or a stop sign.
Yes.
When do I let off for it to stop? And I'm still doing it like a little too soon. So I got like.
Now, is yours just regenerative braking or do you have a brake as well?
I've got a brake too.
But okay, yeah, because I haven't figured out. I don't know if I'm going to use it either. I used
it one time because I was messing around and with full self-driving, and I had the music real loud because the sound system was amazing. And a police was coming up behind me. I didn't even hear him. I'm like, oh crap! So I jerked the wheel and hit the brake.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
it's
with as heavy these EVs are, brakes will go out, so it's faster. So it's nice to know that with regenerative braking, which is crazy to me. I mean, it's strong too. It feels like when you let off the gas, someone's like pulling you back.
Yes, like someone's pulling their car in reverse. Yeah,
and people out there are like, you guys are idiots. How do you not know that? But I've never drove. I've been in one, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I
actually found that out by accident. I mean, the guy probably told me I wasn't listening, but he I don't listen. But you flick it to drive, and if you flick it one more forward, it goes to regenerative braking mode, right? So you're still accelerating.
So it's a mode. I don't know if I have a mode for mine. I think it's always on.
Oh, okay. I think for Volkswagen, I think they gave you the option because I think they're trying to appeal to more like regular normies of the EV world. So
well, I think it's good because you have a turn signal stalk and you have a mine they went ultra minimalistic. I have buttons on the steering wheel for blinking. There's no stalk, and then when I put my foot on the brake, that's how you start the car. There's on the side of the screen it says swipe up for drive. Swipe down for reverse, and then when you put your brake, you tap the middle to park. Now, up at the top where the rear view mirror is, there's 4 buttons.
Okay.
And that has park, drive, and reverse if you want to do that.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like even the cabin lights, they're capacitive. So you don't push them in, you just swipe them and they turn on. You swipe them and they turn off. Amazing. The whole roof is glass.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Crazy. And listen, I mean, for you and I think you talked about how we're both, tech nerds. I think, if we talk about all the tech we talk about on this show, this is one that's very new to both you and I. Like we've tried smartphones, laptops, tablets, you name it. But when it comes to cars, especially EVs, this is a brand new field for both Jason and I. So we're learning.
Super excited. I couldn't stop talking about it for like the first 3 days I had it.
Yeah. Devin's, how you doing, Devin? Just join us in the chat there. So I mean, I haven't got mine just yet. I've only test driven it and done all the, sign my life.
Test drive it. Tesla's a little different. You can go to their dealerships, but I don't live. The closest one to me is about an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So I ordered it online, put a deposit down, signed all my financial paperwork, gave them my insurance information. Then they said, wait 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then when it's ready, you can then pay the rest of your down payment and come pick it up. Now, I didn't pay my down payment on the app because I didn't feel comfortable giving my banking information.
Fair.
They wouldn't take card. It was only like routing.
Oh.
So I drove there with a cashier's check. So I talked to one guy, gave him the check. I signed some paperwork and basically said, go to your car. It was charged 100%. And then basically the app, once it syncs, you sit in the car and then the screen walks you through setting your mirrors up, which is weird because you use all the buttons to set it up.
That's so bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the steering wheel, it's like a joystick. It like slides out and slides in. I got ventilated seats. I mean, which I had before, but.
The most gimmicky feature on my car, and I actually laughed when the guy was showing me this. You have a massage option?
Not in this car, no.
Yes.
But my last car I just sold did, and it was basically air bladders that kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen that before in a car. I thought when he said it has a massage option, he was just going to give me one of those beaded chair covers. And like,
An EV.
yeah.
Now, I had heated and ventilated seats in the front and
Yes.
just heated in the back. But I don't think they offer massage in the Model 3. Now, they may in the S or the X or the whatever the higher ups are, but
I don't think I'll ever use it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
I never used it in my other car just to show
Yeah.
people because I was always scared if it broke, how much it would cost to fix.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, like, I mean, that was kind of just like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's just
like,
cool to say you have it, you know?
yeah. Oh, my
When
seat's
I just
massaging.
sold my Taurus, which is an SHO. It's a 15 or 16. The guy was like, he had the same kind of car when it was a year older. And he goes, well, what this car, the Taurus, it's a 2015. It's got park assist. So you hit a button, it'll parallel park for you.
Wow.
It's got a button that raises a shade in the back window.
Oh, yeah.
It has heated and ventilated seats, and it had massage. He goes, you have massage in this thing?
Wow. There you go.
So I'm like, oh, he's going to buy it.
So what we're going to do a Tech Disruptors challenge. I'm going to drive to Jason's house. He's going to drive to my house. We're going to see who gets there first and on who can get there on a single charge or how far we can get on a single charge. See, that would be a great YouTube video right there.
I don't know if either of us could do it in one charge. What's your range estimated in that?
482
with both motors?
That's what it just says in the paperwork. I have no fucking idea.
Because mine's like 369.
Okay, so okay. I mean, that's always an estimated, right?
Yeah, because it's hot here. You jack that AC up.
Oh yeah.
You use Sentry mode. That all drains throughout the day.
So,
for some
100%.
reason, I noticed I got like a zombie drain, anyways, or whatever they call it. Like I charge it at night on a level 1, which is super slow.
Yeah.
But if I unplug it, I notice like when I get up, it's like 1 to 2% lower. It drops a couple just overnight. Just park.
Yeah. It's kind of like a smartphone when you put it on standby. It just fucking.
But what's interesting is it's got cabin overheat protection. So if you're parked outside
and it gets
to be above a 99, it kicks the climate on to keep it at like 90 degrees at least. So I bought sunshades for the front, and then I have all glass. So they actually have clip-in sunshades for the top. I may start running those in there too in the summer. So yeah. There's so many things.
Yeah, I know. EVs are crazy.
You got a front.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, he showed us the engine, and it was comically small. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Darren, you should know it's not all about size. It's how you use it.
It's true. It's
true.
It's the girth that matters, right?
Right. Well.
Anyway, speaking of crazy EVs and things, so again this week, I stumbled across a couple of robotics videos. This is actually 2 weeks old. I apologize for my delay because I'm a little bit in disbelief of what I saw. I still can't believe that they made a humanoid robot do this. But Jason, you may remember the company Boston Dynamics.
Of course.
Right?
Who hasn't? Yeah.
Okay. So here is their latest trick.
Boston Dynamics just dropped their latest mind-blowing creation, an electric Atlas robot that can do push-ups. I know what you're thinking. So what? But trust me, this is huge. Those push-ups aren't just for show. They're flexing Atlas's super strong and precise actuators. That's tech speak for robot muscles. Imagine this power applied to real-world challenges. Disaster rescue, space exploration. The possibilities are endless. No, you won't see Atlas at your local gym anytime soon. But this demo is a sneak peek into our sci-fi future.
Okay.
So Darren, and just to give you guys heads up, now after watching that clip, Boston Dynamics has challenged Darren to do a push-up contest with Atlas.
Can I tell you the truth? When I saw this video, I went, motherfucker, that robot can do push-ups better than I can.
What can't they do better than us?
I know, seriously. So I looked at that and went, okay, first of all, I think the video hit the nail on the head there. It is a big flex, right? It's like this robot. I mean, how much does that robot weigh? 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, but it's not just that. Who cares if a robot can do push-ups? But it's still badass. Like,
it is
they're
badass
still showing
to
that they
see.
can do it. Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. So, I mean, I looked at this.
I went for a power lift. Like, I want one to do a power lift.
Let me see if I can find a power lift. I reckon we can. Hang on a second.
Atlas just in that voice. I thought he was going to say Boston Dynamics just dropped the mic. Like I thought he was going to say that or something. But
well, I mean, you got to remember they got a lot of those exoskeleton type robots that not robots, but they allow humans to wear it to do it. But here we go. There actually is a video here. Hang on.
No.
I promise this is not.
Me?
No, it's not Mac and Me. I promise.
You look like you're going to show me Mac and Me here in a second.
No, so this is weightlifters versus robot. So let's hang on. Let's try to find. All right.
Do they have exoskeletons?
So basically, robots haven't figured out the power lift yet. Sorry for those of you who are watching. Dan, thanks for joining us in the, the chat there.
Only 600 pounds.
I know, only 600. I know.
I'm looking for maybe 601. We'll see.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Dan. You only see us from like the neck up, but underneath that neck, Jason is jacked. He looks like The Rock.
I got a bodysuit that squeezes me small, so I don't look. So I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. You know, I want to be more approachable.
Yeah. Right. Well, you also don't lift over 600 because you don't want to embarrass the other power lifters. I get it. Right?
Of course,
it makes sense. Now, one last quick robotics crazy story here. So just last week was the World Robotics Conference. And I just want to show you some footage here because this is definitely not Mac and Me, just for the record. I'm going to show you this now. I'm going to put this on mute or just low. But
the World Robot Conference kicked off today in Beijing.
One of the things that's really creepy here, the way that they're getting this now and how close they're managing to get that is pretty fucking impressive.
Well, China kind of leads the way. And it's not because they're cheap all the time. It's just they have more... I don't know. It's just they always seem to lead the way. I mean, we were talking about EVs earlier, and I read an article where a couple companies in China are releasing more cars globally, even though like in the UK and the US, they're terrifying these Chinese companies, but they're still pushing into Europe, selling cars for thousands or less, and they're actually really good.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, right now, I know like the big push is AI, robotics, and you know, all of this stuff, the EV cars. Like we're trying to, I really feel like just in maybe the last 6 months, we're starting to see a push into a future that we want to see. If you understand what I mean by that. So, you know, like all these futures that were predicted in movies like Back to the Future and Blade Runner and all these things, not the dystopian world's gone to shit, fucking robots are taking over the world. But we want to start to see more and more of this world that we want, right? We want the flying cars. We want the hoverboards.
We don't want a world like WALL-E. We're all fat slobs in a big ship.
I mean, that could also happen. Devin asked, can he get a robot face for his AI friend? Definitely, Devin.
But you see Dan's response, oh, is it for your it's your AI friend, eh? So,
yes.
You know, I mean...
Well, I mean, Jason has a friend that
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Right. Not me. No. I'm asking for a friend. Yeah.
Now, this is actually a good segue. Speaking of Chinese companies. So
you're thinking of friends.
So not friends. One Chinese company is taking a stab at a Korean company in the smartphone space. And I don't know if you saw this story today.
Bits and pieces.
Honor. Yeah. Yes. So the company Honor, who you may know as pretty prolific smartphone manufacturer, won our product of the year last year or the year before. I can't remember what it was, last year. They've come out... Okay, so they've come out with this new, it's coming very soon, the Magic V3. It's their new, thin, super folding.
Didn't we notice this was available somewhere right now?
It is, yes. PDA Plaza has it on sale right now. Very, very, very tempted. Very, very tempted. But anyway, I'll come back to that in a second. So Honor's taken a stab at Samsung by etching into the hinge a tiny, minuscule apology, or rather... dig at the company, and I'll see if I can get what it actually says.
But is Honor really in a position to do this now? There might be a better device, but sales wise, Samsung still kind of probably crushes Honor.
Well, okay, so here is what it says. For those who are wondering, maybe you can tell us if this is if this is what's Honor has a thing. So Honor has etched into its hinge of its latest smartphone the following. Dear Samsung Galaxy Z Fold owners, we're sorry. We know you were excited to buy a phone that folds in half and fits in your pocket awkwardly. You were promised the future, a technical marvel, a world of boundless multitasking performance, and now you're probably looking at the Honor Magic V3 and feeling a little betrayed. Size matters, and we feel your pain. Like being tipped for a gold medal and then coming last in the race, the knowledge that a thinner, lighter, and more durable foldable exists is enough to make anyone question their choices. We get it. You're an early adopter, a pioneer, bravely venturing into the uncharted territory of foldable screens with questionable durability. You deserve better. In fact, you deserve a gold medal. In all seriousness, and that's a dig at Samsung's Olympic connection, in case you're wondering.
Correct. Yep.
In all seriousness, we at Honor are committed to pushing the boundaries of technology and bringing you the best possible foldable experience. We're just saying it's okay to feel a bit let down. That is a fucking mic drop from Honor.
Well,
an absolute mic drop.
It's definitely as Dan has just put in the comments here. They just bodied Samsung.
Oh, they absolutely did. Yeah.
So, as small as that is, are people really going to recognize this? Is this only on a certain device they made for marketing, or is it on every device?
No,
I imagine they etched this on every device.
No, they're not. I think I think they were trying to do a Guinness Book World Record. I think because I believe it's now the smallest print ever to be etched into a metal surface. Don't quote me on that, but I think I read that somewhere in another article.
Flexing on their etching skills too.
The etching skills, yes. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of want it to be on my version of the Honor Magic V3. I would love to have that on there.
Now, Android's kind of a wild west of phones, especially in other parts of the world. But, as we've seen in the US, some of these Android folding devices, Android phones, can be amazing. The Vivos we've tried, the Honors we've tried, but there's no competition in the US with iPhone. So they're poking fun at Samsung, and maybe in China and in the East they can do this stuff and sell really well. It's just unfortunate where I live. I don't get I can experience this phone, but I know it's never going to overtake Samsung or maybe Google. But I don't know. I'm excited for this phone, but I'm not sure. This year I kind of
We've blown our
foldables.
I think we've both respectively blown our tech budget early this year on other things tech related.
Yeah, electric vehicle can be kind of expensive.
So seriously. But it's a funny dig. Honor has got balls of steel. I gotta be honest with you. The message is fucking hilarious. Like, honestly hilarious. Like,
do you think this kind of stuff works? When Samsung pokes fun at Apple, then they go back and do the same thing. It kind of like dilutes the message.
I don't know though.
I don't like that though. This is kind of like, hey, we're making a better device that's probably cheaper, and hope you don't feel too dissatisfied with your Samsung. Speaking of quality though, I'm sure you're leading into this next thing. So it's Fold owners only, right? Fold 6?
Correct. Yeah.
So the Fold 6 has
some issues.
And they're blaming it on, of course, something else that Apple would usually do.
Yes. So just to give you the story here, some Samsung Galaxy Fold 6 fancy Omega massive smartphone issues are claiming that the paint around the charging port, and there's a photo here there, I think, around, that doesn't look like the charging port, that looks like the power button. But anyway, they're saying that some paint is chipping off, and Samsung has come out and said, you probably shouldn't use a third-party charger. That was their explanation for why this is happening. Now, they're saying, I would just clarify that paint is peeling off the phone in some places, not just around the charging port. So power button, charging port, etc. People are claiming that the outside coating on the edge of the phone is just peeling away. Now, they're saying here, this is what Samsung said. So they're saying that it's not a defect in the paint job, but due to third-party chargers. It claims that a high-speed third-party charger that is not correctly grounded can affect the anodized finish of the Z Fold 6, resulting in slight delamination of the paint. This, I think you muted yourself, Jason. Yeah.
I got to ask a question. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So, I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I have some, and they're all USB Type-C. Okay, now they are. I never really use many official from Samsung Apple chargers. No. So, okay, you're using the excuse that's cheap charger, but that's not a good look. Now, the other thing is we've had this before where certain phones don't work. They have issues and they're blown up on the media, but it's like 100 out of 2 million phones that, with social media, some of this stuff gets blown way out of proportion.
Okay, we've done this before, and I'm going to be a fucking conspiracy theorist again here for a second. You're a what? A week away from the Apple event, and all of a sudden, the paint is breaking off the fucking Z Fold 6. Listen, I'm onto you. Smartphone companies, I'm onto you. I'm somebody that has a degree in the media. I have a media degree. I'm well aware of the
you have a degree?
Yes, I do. I know, sure. But what I'm getting at is I'm well aware of the scare tactics that these companies use around launch time, right? Devin said the paint is peeling because the battery's swelling. Yes. Again, nice little flashback.
So if you believe in conspiracy theories,
yes.
When is the Pixel going to have a big, huge blow up?
First 3 days of release. First 3 days, without a doubt.
Wait, they're already out.
No, I mean, sorry, you meant the Fold, or you mean?
No, I just meant Pixel devices in general. They've been out.
No,
the only thing I've really seen bad about it is like they're hard to they're hard to repair.
Yes, yeah. I've already seen some chatter about the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The people that have managed to get their hands on it early through whatever, they're saying that the camera bump is ridiculous. Like they're saying it's very large and it makes it off balance and like a little bit top heavy. That's all I've read so far.
Going into this, I wasn't really a big fan of the new Pixel Fold. Like not before the live. Then when they introduced it and I saw how big that internal screen was and how thin it was without having an ugly ass like bezel and I don't know. But the problem is I'm not gonna pass judgment. This year I kind of sat back. The Pixel I didn't wait for reviews. It was funny. I pre-ordered the Pixel. And then after the live event, I jumped on YouTube and like, you know, some of the bigger tech guys are already making videos. I'm like, I swear to God, this thing's junk. I'm canceling it.
I had pre-ordered the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I've since canceled it.
What?
I've decided that I am not going to pursue the Pixel 9 Pro Fold this year.
I have pre-ordered the watch 10 times now and have canceled it every time.
Yeah. I've decided this is not very Darren, for those of you who know me. I'm usually one of the first to just go for it. But this year, I'm going to wait on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I want to see some reviews. I want to see some hands-on, real hands-on. Not
you know
this,
what that means, right?
Like, I'm maturing.
You're maturing. You're getting older.
I'm getting older. This is true. But I decided, listen, my plan fully was, and I talked to you about this before, I got the 9 Pro XL. I could have ordered the Fold and then returned it the same day it was the end of the return period if I got the 9 Pro Fold on the release date. So if I got it the September 4th or 5th, I think my release date, here they're saying it's going to ship the 4th or the 5th of September. You get it.
Right.
Yeah, so no one's buying it here in Canada.
I don't think the watch or the Fold are back-ordered, are they?
Maddie said he canceled when it was a September 10th delivery. I don't know actually about
the watch. The watch was September 10th, and I can't do it.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like I don't know if this is going to be what people think it's going to be.
I have the Pixel Fold 1, and I'd be honest, I don't really use it anymore.
I think you and I are a bit on the same boat. I've used a bunch of foldables. By far, the Oppo Find N3/OnePlus Open is still my favorite. I know you weren't a big fan of it. I think value for money wise,
just because how mature the software was.
Yes.
And they don't do much every year anymore. It's like iterative, but it's just that much more reliable. But that new Pixel Fold, it went from 100 to 500 real quick. Like just design wise, it looks
100%
better than any device out there. I like the form factor. I like the size.
Yeah,
we'll see.
If you go on Reddit, they have a Pixel Fold discussion of people that are waiting or have it. The only other feedback that people said was someone mentioned that they had a review unit and that they were largely disappointed with the camera after they tried the 9 Pro, which is understandable because it's a different caliber, right? Yeah. I think if you're getting a Pixel Fold for the first time and you haven't used a Pixel in a couple of years, those cameras are probably going to be fucking amazing.
I think the Pixel, if you didn't have a folding device at all and your first device was the Pixel Fold 2 and you were the general public, not someone like me who's very picky, I think it's a great device. Just like the Pixel 9 Pro. It's not a performance monster.
No.
Everything I've done on that has been flawless. Now, I'm running beta 15 on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I have had some touchscreen issues, but nothing major.
Yeah.
So
I'm using the whatever it's on now, 14. The only issue I had, and I mentioned this week in the chat, I'm not seeing the same battery numbers that a lot of people are seeing. Like it's
on the
lasting.
Pixel 9 Pro XL.
Yeah,
I'm seeing I don't look at the numbers just in my day to day. Like the standby is fantastic.
Yep.
And I think I use it for everything. It's my Tesla key now too. So I'm always messing with it, and it seems like it works pretty damn good.
For me right now, regular usage, I haven't been taking tons of photos or video. I haven't downloaded any different apps. It's the standard shit. It's getting me a day and nothing more. That was the same as the Pixel 8 Pro.
Yeah, but I mean, the difference between you and me is you probably watch about 6 hours of porn, and I don't.
It's true.
That does kill your battery.
It's true. And I like to have the volume up and the vibration on. So that kind of, that tends to...
Volume and vibration. Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah. So that probably makes sense. I have to agree with Maddie. Maddie said here that he believes that the Pixel 9 Pro is going to be the best-selling Pixel ever. I agree. I think it might be.
Don't you think they're kind of pushing it that way?
Yeah, no, I do.
So what is it? AT&T is not selling the 9 Pro XL?
They're only doing the 9 Pro, yeah.
And then they're not doing the Fold. So I don't know what Google was thinking and why they didn't make. They're not going to make anything unless they. I don't know. I'm just.
I don't know. It's one of those things, right? Where it's very similar to me. Like the 9 Pro feels like the 8 Pro. I don't mean in hand.
Right.
I mean like fluidity
and it was funny. So this is the Pixel or the
iPhone
15 Pro Max. These two phones are almost identical.
Identical, yes. Agreed.
I had them sit next to me because it's funny. I did an update for this with beta 18. They both had beta updates today and probably not released today. So I was doing it at the same time and I'm looking at them and they're exactly the same.
Yeah, dimensions wise.
People were saying, "Oh, Pixel's copying." I don't think they're copying.
No,
it's a slab phone.
Yes.
How much different can you make a slab phone?
Apart from colors, nothing. Yeah. I will say I have been impressed with a couple of things though. The battery, the screen brightness and the clarity is fucking amazing.
It's got a beautiful screen.
It does. It really has an amazing screen.
And I like it seems Google. What's the AI?
Live Gemini. Oh, Pixel Studio.
Honestly, it's fun.
It is fun.
Gimmicky, but I haven't tried the phone conversation thing.
I've been using that a little bit.
I should have done that.
Yeah,
that would have been interesting. Not for anything, just for fun. But I didn't think about that. So yeah,
I've been using Gemini Live a fair bit. And okay, so here's the story. If you remember last week's show, I couldn't get the voices working. I had to change my region to the US, and then all of a sudden, bam, they were all there.
That's how Xiaomi phones are too. Like
yes,
they have face unlock, but if you're in the US region, it doesn't work. So you have to switch to like the European region. Yeah,
it's crazy. But anyway, so I got tired of that gimmick pretty quickly. Just went back to the stock Google Canada voice of Joe or fucking Bob, whatever his fucking name is. But anyway, I'm very impressed by the answers that Gemini Live gives. Like today, I'll give you an example. I drove by a church today, and it was a bizarre. Like
did you start burning?
Yes, I did. Yeah, and the water in my bottle started boiling.
Holy crap!
But it was a saint that I didn't recognize the name. It was a church I didn't recognize. I'd never seen it before. So I just had my phone in the holder. I said, "Tell me about this church." And I gave him the name. I gave him the town that I was in, and bam, it gave me a very thorough response about what this church was about, who the celebrant was, all of these details, right? Just crazy things. And it wants to know more. That's the creepy thing to me.
Yeah.
Like it wants you to prompt it with more information.
It is. Were you talking about Gemini Live?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's fantastic.
Yes.
What I feel bad about is I'm on 1801 beta or 18 on, and I haven't used Apple Intelligence at all. I don't. I think it's just I'm so enamored with Gemini and how advanced and how quickly they sprung. Well, I shouldn't say quick. They've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
So another thing I was looking at, I don't know if you had this on the run sheet. I can't remember. iPhone 16 is coming up here about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they're saying wait for the 17 because the 16 is going to have less RAM, and I don't.
Yes.
Know. But I want to know when iPhone 16, because there'll be pre-orders right away. Is the AI, Apple Intelligence, going to be available at launch? Or are we going to have to wait?
No. So a lot of the reports, I've read this from multiple sources now. They're saying it's going to come in 18.1.
So would that be there at launch or 18.0?
No.
See,
It'll be yeah.
It makes me mad because all companies do this, but Apple of all companies, it seems like they're just let's hurry up, do something with ChatGPT real quick. Let's toss it in there.
Yeah.
Let's call something Apple Intelligence, and then let's wait. It seems like have they just not mentioned anything like they usually do and refine whatever they're doing and then release it when it's done? All they're doing is Apple Vision Pro all over again. They're releasing something before it's ready, and it's not good.
I'm a little bit, I think, and I know we say this every year, and this year I was wrong. I mean, the iPhone 15 is decent. I feel like they're heading for a loss here. Like at some point, you know what this reminds me of, and you're gonna think this is crazy, but this is a good analogy of how it is. You remember when you watched the Avengers series films, and every film they would defeat the villain.
Well, yeah, they break you down, the whole world's crumbling, then they build you back up when they fight.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what got you into the movie.
I feel like an Infinity War moment is coming for Apple, where they release a phone or a software or something that is just not met well. And in a large regard, a bit like maybe the Apple Vision Pro.
So Vision Pro was like Ultron.
Ultron, correct. Yes, I know this analogy might not ring there, but just stick with me on this, right?
I'm with you.
Yeah, I feel like the AI stuff for Apple, if they don't release it at launch, I think they're going to arrive too late to the party.
They're already too late.
Gemini they already are.
Here's the other problem I have with all this. Gemini is fantastic, and Apple's done a great job. Google's done a great job, but I got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Apple's going to be the same way. Samsung, I don't know what the hell they're doing, how they're going to charge for it, but if you're stuck in, if you're in the Samsung ecosystem, I can see how it can be beneficial.
Yeah.
My thing is, can't we just, Google's a software company.
Yeah.
Everything they've ever done has been pretty much free. There are some subscriptions. Come on.
Yeah. Just give it to us. Like,
give us live for free.
Yeah.
$30 a month. If I end up keeping it, it is 2 terabytes. I'm going to share it with my family.
Oh, 100%.
There's no reason. Right now, I'm not sharing because I only have 200 and they don't really use a whole lot. But I'm scared if I do that, I won't have any space.
You know what? I think the play here for Google with the whole Gemini thing, and we talked about this last week, throw in YouTube Premium.
Yes.
Yeah. I honestly feel like
Music.
Or YouTube Music, something where you get an unrestricted access to this platform.
Do you have YouTube Music?
No, I don't. But I mean, I have considered it a number of
years
times.
ago when it was Google Play Music. I was paying $9.99 a month, and it came with whatever. Or no, it was $6.99 a month. I was grandfathered for a while. Then it went to YouTube Music, and it was $9.99. But they gave me YouTube Premium included in it. Who would not pass up YouTube Premium and YouTube Music? So I'm still. I think I'm paying. God, I think it's still like $11.99 a month, but it's not a family plan. And what I've noticed is my kids have smart speakers. They play music, and I go in my car. It won't let me listen to anything.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That's like Spotify does that too.
That's how they get you. But I think if for $29.99, if they included YouTube Premium, I would definitely pay for it.
Yeah, 100%.
The music thing, it would be separate, but
I mean, look, I understand they have to make money. I think if you haven't tried Gemini Advanced, people that are listening, give it a go. You can always cancel it, but it is impressive.
And it works on any device. So I got the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I started my free year membership.
Yep.
So then I installed Gemini on my Asus Zenfone 11 Ultra.
Yep, and you also have it there.
And Gemini Live pops up on that. The Fold, my tablets. But, maybe Google... doesn't Apple have like a Apple One where they include a bunch of stuff under one subscription fee? Like, if they did YouTube Premium, YouTube Music, and
Gemini
One,
I
mean, $30 is a steal.
Yeah,
they'd make a killing off that.
They would. They absolutely would.
But YouTube used to make originals, and that cost a lot of money. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
they don't have to do that anymore.
I don't know.
YouTube just surpassed. I think they say most people watch YouTube streaming more than any streaming service out there.
You know what's scary? I was thinking about this as I sat down yesterday on the couch. I've got a Android streaming box. It has movies and
we know we talked about it. Yep.
Yes, yeah.
I use Google TV legally.
Sorry, I find myself clicking on YouTube first.
Yes,
watching a whole bunch of shit that I probably don't need to watch.
And you lose time.
And then, I waste time. I'm like, fuck, I wanted to watch that movie, and it's like 10:30 at night. I'm like,
yeah. We have like the bundle of Hulu, God, what is it? Hulu, Disney Plus, and Max now. We canceled ESPN because it really wasn't worth anything. It's
Fair
like
enough.
$15 a month or something. I've yet to open Max but one time.
You mean
Peacock,
Skinamax or is it HBO Max?
I don't know. It's just
Oh,
HBO Max. I know. I don't know what they have on it. I think I watched Doom Patrol, I think, a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Paramount Plus, Peacock. Peacock is finally done. We didn't renew that. Paramount's part of Walmart Plus here.
Yes.
I don't watch it. There's nothing on Paramount Plus. I don't watch SWAT or any of that stuff. The only thing we keep it for is like NCAA tournament. There are some football games and basketball games on there.
Yeah.
But the first thing I do when I get home, if I turn my TV on, is I go to YouTube and watch my favorite subscriptions or what it suggests. But what's funny is my whole family.
You mean, hang on a second. You mean the Tech Disruptors podcast? You just watch old shows? Is that what you're watching?
Oh, of course.
Oh, of course. Right. Yeah.
Well,
anyway, sorry,
when I'm at work, I don't watch them. I listen to them.
Right. Fair. Yes. That's
Podcast.
Spotify, Apple Music. Yeah.
But, my kids, what's funny about it is my kids, we all share the same account because there's not multiple accounts. So what's funny is I turn it on and I know what my kids have been watching.
Yes. It's a history in the history.
Like clean memes, which is good as they're clean. But I'm like, I'm not watching 55 minutes of memes. I can't do it. And I don't understand half of them anyway. So, yeah.
I always, in my day job, I like to mess with some of the people that I work with. And if you go onto YouTube, they've got, remember the theme of the A-Team? Remember the theme? I'll pull it up for you. But anyway, I'll play it because there's a video that's just 5 hours.
That was before my time.
You don't remember the A-Team theme? Come on.
No, it's before my time. I wasn't born yet.
Hang on. So I'll pull up this exact video, and for the record, it's this is just a 3-minute version, but there's like a loop of it. But this was the A-Team.
I'm sure I'd recognize it when I hear it.
Yeah, you will. Hang on, let me get some sound here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that when I go to work tomorrow.
I know, honestly. Now, I'll play that on repeat. I'll just leave my computer playing, and it'll be just playing low, but it'll just be fucking 12 hours of that fucking theme song. For the record, that'll be stuck in your head for the rest of the day, and you just heard like 15 seconds of it, so you're welcome. Yes. But yeah, it's just one of those weird, fancy things. But listen, no, like the AI stuff has been pretty impressive. Dan said that's a classic. It absolutely is.
Speaking of pranks, the Tesla does have a fart sound.
I know. I've actually experienced that myself, believe it or not.
But what I don't understand is it's really quiet. It's not very loud. So I can't figure out how to make it louder. I was trying to scare my wife. She goes, I go, did you hear it? She goes, I didn't hear shit. I'm like, no, it's a fart. And she didn't hear it. So
you can actually set that as your reversing sound too.
And you can also change your horn, I heard
too.
Yes. I just want to have someone screaming really loud. My horn.
Oh my god, yeah, just like a blood-curdling scream.
The goat scream.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I'll have to figure that one out.
So, anyway, so speaking of AI, so we're just talking about Apple now. So Apple's actually just released in their developer beta their
which I just downloaded.
Their object removal tool for photos. So, or their Magic Eraser, if you're thinking of Google.
Hey, did they just copy?
They just did. Yes, they did. Now, from what I understand, people that have used it so far are saying it's pretty good. Not as good as Google's yet. And now, keep in mind, this is a beta.
I'm going to try to use it right now.
Yes. So Jason's doing this live, people, live on air.
Too bad I don't take pictures with this damn phone. I really don't. It just keeps giving me a bunch of like, try this. Because I literally opened Apple Photos for the first time in like 6 months.
18 years.
Yeah, it's been like forever.
So while Jason's pulling that up, so basically what this allows you to do is identify distracting background elements, and you should be able to remove them with a single tap, or you can circle, brush them, etc. Exactly like Google's option. It also works for finer details when you zoom in as well, as I believe.
Have you used a new zoom feature on Google?
Not yet. No, I've yet to try that. No,
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. But this is their answer to Google's Magic Eraser. again, people are saying it's pretty good. Not bad for a.
I don't even know where to find it at, to be honest with you.
I think it's that little button in the corner, left corner. It's like a pink button. No? Jason doesn't have it.
I am on the latest beta, developer beta too.
Tech fail. Sorry, Jason.
This
sorry.
just in, tech
Yes.
disruptors. This is not a real feature. Apple is pulling your leg. It's not real.
Yeah. So anyway, for those of you, that's coming with
what's this?
Hang on. Maybe he's got it.
Well, this is interesting. So
Okay.
I got a picture. I you can't really show you probably. What the hell's going on? So it's my dog.
Picture of your dog. Yep.
So on the picture, I gotta go back to it now. So at the bottom here, you see right there?
Yep. Yep.
I clicked on that and it says, you can't, Australian
Oh,
cattle
it's a dog. Yeah.
Like it identified the dog. I don't know what
Yes.
that button even does.
For the record, that's been in iPhones for about the last 2 years.
Oh, has it really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't even look at this damn thing.
No, I know. I'll be honest with you. I forgot about that feature until you just clicked, until you showed me, and I was like, yeah, I forgot about that. It does it with plants too, I believe.
But I don't know where that,
is it under edit?
I mean, I'm in edit, and I see live, adjust, filters, crop, and clean. Oh, maybe cleanup.
Clean up. That's what it is.
Oh, it's downloading cleanup.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Okay. So Jason's going to
look at that costume.
That's amazing. So while Jason's doing that, we're going to move on to another quick story here. No, that's okay.
Dan laughing at Dan. You better
Dan's
be
laughing at us. We're doing this live, Dan. This is live.
This is not
buddy.
an Xperia. This is 8 times better.
Okay. Here we go.
It's hard to show. So it's actually highlighting things it'll delete, like in a rainbowish color. So it says tap, brush, or circle what you want to remove, pinch and pan and zoom. So I'm going to click on some stuff and just see what happens. Oh, yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not good. Not there yet.
I removed my recliner, but there's a big brown spot, like it looks like a turd sitting on the carpet now.
What if you go with like a fine zoomed in detail?
Well, and that's what I'm gonna. Oh, they won't let me zoom.
Oh, fucking Apple every time.
It's in beta, so I have Astro in the corner. Astro the robot.
Yeah.
It literally just eliminated everything but its screen. So I'm gonna try to take my daughter out of the picture.
Oh, you're gonna take a whole person out.
Well, I'm circling in it. It doesn't even do anything. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it's okay. She's gone.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, that's
but
pretty
like
good.
Google, there's some artifacting where she
Of
disappeared.
course. Yep.
Look.
Nice
Doesn't Google Photos do this on Apple?
It does, yes.
So who cares?
Yeah, I know. But Apple has to have their own, right? That's kind of how it works, right?
Oh
now, can we just talk a little bit more about Apple? So I want to talk about
I'd love to.
Apple being some dicks. So I don't know if you've heard, Apple and Spotify have had a little bit of.
Well, hold on. Before you talk about this, I also read something where Apple's allowing something with YouTube Music now. Like they're
Okay, so let me explain the beef. All together. Okay. So Apple is finally realizing that not everybody wants to use Apple Music, right? Mm-hmm. And they're opening up the door to other streaming services integrated within the platform. And in particular, they've backed their winning horse, which is YouTube Music.
I wonder why. How much is Google paying them?
Yeah. Okay. Now I reckon this has got a connection with Gemini's involvement with AI. I have a funny feeling this is linked in.
Well, it's everything. Their search engine.
Yes.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Because ChatGPT is going to lose.
Now, here is the problem I have. Apple has released. Apple has discontinued software that applies to you controlling volume on Spotify using your phone. So I'm going to show you this article.
Hold on. Back up. So
I'll back up here.
Okay. So you have Apple Music open on your phone.
Yes.
And you want to adjust the volume. You up and down the volume button, correct? Okay.
Yes.
You're saying in Spotify, those buttons don't work.
Yes. 100%. So basically, Apple says it's discontinued the tech for some of its volume controls on iOS, but it's only affecting Spotify and its connection to.
Isn't it convenient that the biggest streaming service in the world is Spotify?
Yes.
Probably followed by Apple Music, and then
Yes.
probably YouTube Music. So they're like, hey,
Yes.
YouTube's small. We'll work with them.
Yeah.
But hey, Spotify's our biggest competitor, and we don't like how they fought us with the app purchases.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. So this convenience, and now they're saying they've just discontinued the tech. I'd have never heard Apple discontinue any tech ever.
What tech? It's a volume button.
So here they're saying, and I'll just kind of pull up I'll highlight what the text is here. So they're basically saying that they've discontinued the technology that enables Spotify to control volume for connected devices using the volume button.
Oh, so like for headphones and stuff.
I think just for when you have the Spotify app open, you used to be able to tap the volume buttons on the phone and it would work.
Right.
Now it doesn't.
Interesting. Who needs volume?
Yeah, I know. I mean, who needs that? I find this anti-consumerist.
I seriously gonna want to install Spotify right now just to see if it does.
Yeah, well, this is straight from Engadget. This is an article that leaked earlier today. Not actually, a couple of hours back. I don't know what's going on over at Apple. They're being a bit shady.
Well, think about it. They're not struggling by any means.
No,
but they've missed. Their last few releases have kind of missed. I mean, they had the new iPads, which were meh.
Yes.
Vision Pro is not hitting on all cylinders. Apple Intelligence is the worst. Why do they just call artificial? I don't understand why they've got to name everything something for them.
Yeah,
but people eat it up, so I guess.
Yes, I know. Yeah. But anyway, so a very interesting series of developments. Like I said, I have a funny feeling this might be connected.
I'm downloading Spotify right now. We're going to find out.
So the integration with YouTube Music
yes.
may have something to do with it. Integration with Gemini may have something to do with it.
Apple and Google said, look, we're going to give you $1 billion or $100 million to use YouTube Music, but
yeah,
why don't you screw with Spotify a little bit?
100%.
F them up a little bit.
I reckon in the conditions of sale, they went, we're okay with everything using Gemini Advanced. You can use YouTube Music, but you've got to find a way to make people switch from Spotify. And this would make me switch. I use those fucking volume buttons all the time.
You know what I would do? Not own an iPhone. If I was a Spotify user, I'd say sorry. And is Apple that arrogant that they think that people won't leave based on their music?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's a crazy article. It's a crazy thing. I don't know what the term discontinued means, like the tech.
Well, they go from EU and they're like breaking down the walled garden walls, and now they do this crap. I mean, Google's not innocent in this stuff too. They do.
No, none of them are. Right? Like I said, I mean, I'm sure Apple was the one who released this paint chipping off the sides video as well, or article as well, or
who
Google
did?
Possibly. Google or Apple, 100%. To fuck with Samsung. Let's be honest here. Let's call a spade a spade. It's not a good solution. It's not a good look for Apple. I know we're making big claims here. This is the Tech Disruptors podcast after all.
Yes.
But it's a very convenient link here between their connection with Google and now all of a sudden not being able to use volume controls in your phone for Spotify. I don't know. I again, maybe I'm being a conspiracy theorist again, and feel free to reach out and comment on the video if you believe so as well. But this this, what do we call it? Walled garden bullying that they're doing to keep their services proprietary and locked into what they want.
Well, Google just got sued saying Alphabet's too big. They got to split them up.
Yeah.
But you have Apple doing this. I just don't think. And Google is very diverse. I mean, Apple's computers, tablets, phones. Google is software, search engine. I mean, they've got their hands in everything.
And I wouldn't be surprised if one of these other companies was pushing that narrative as well. Like making this known to the authorities that, hey, maybe you should look at Google. Maybe you should look at what they're doing, not look at us, right? It's a crazy world we're living in. I don't even know what to make of this, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's Apple, and people will continue to buy it. And you know what?
Saying the volume does not work. Is that what we're saying here?
Allegedly, when you're streaming music, the volume controls do not work. I don't know. That's what the article said.
Sounds good to me. So I'm gonna try to keep it down a little bit, but I'm gonna hit play. It's working just fine.
I think I think it's when you're streaming it to another device.
That's what I'm saying. So you probably have to have Bluetooth.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what I don't have right now, because obviously.
Okay, we will try this and get back to all of our fans. We will get Jason to give us an update in the comments on this.
Well,
video.
you have an iPhone. Oh no, you don't.
I do. It's somewhere on a shelf collecting dust.
Thank God for Dynamic Island. Got me right
I
back
know.
into my app. Whew.
I know. There you go. Right.
Jeez.
But I mean, Dan said, imagine being a Spotify user though.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're a Spotify user and a diehard Apple user, and this is a very big inconvenience for you, would you be willing to look somewhere else? The Pixel phone feels exactly like the iPhone in the hand, and the software is that smooth. Now, raw horsepower, yes, Apple's gonna, but I would assume most iPhone users aren't editing their videos on their phone and shooting a bunch of 8K video. I mean, with Video Boost, I haven't tried it. I used to try it on the 8 when it first came out, but I haven't tried it. People are rave reviews.
Oh, really? I don't know. Like, I haven't been. I don't want
the girl from Engadget who just retired. Retirement left.
No,
Becca.
Becca, yes, The Verge, wasn't it?
She had said something about that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a bizarre series of events. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, we don't know how it's going to play out. We don't know how it's going to go down. But if you are a Spotify user and you're on an Apple platform, maybe this isn't maybe this is a deal breaker. Maybe this is Apple's way of
go out.
You. Yes.
Don't buy a Sony Xperia.
No.
Buy
don't
a
do
Pixel
it,
Pro or Pixel Pro XL 9.
Yes.
A Samsung S24.
Yes.
Pretty much anything else but iPhone. iPhones are great devices, but if they're going to play games with your subscription money, go elsewhere. The only way they're going to change is if our money stops going to them.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Now, quick 30 seconds just to wrap up. Now, we've both had the Vivo X100 Pro. Which camera is better? Pixel 9 Pro XL or Vivo X100 Pro? Oh, it's a tough
I think there's
question.
bits and pieces.
I
feel like the Pixel is still better at motion.
Yes.
I put there's a motion mode on Vivo, if I remember. I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And it was good. I think it really depends on the picture. Google has that look. Like, Google has a look.
Yeah.
But Google's like more cooler colors, more dynamic.
Yeah.
Where, like, I don't like Apple's picture. I mean, they do great photos too, but they're more warm. I don't like the warm yellowish hue. Vivo kind of was right in the middle.
Yes, right. That's how I would describe it too.
And the reason why probably had a pretty damn good camera, but there's some other things that not being obviously available in the US kind of shot it in the foot, because it wasn't really 100% compatible with everything I used here.
Yeah.
So, it worked on T-Mobile, but it didn't work on AT&T.
I never had any issues. Like, I ended up selling mine too, and I'm regretting it now.
Did you really?
I did, yes. Yeah. I regret it. I'll be honest with you. I think pound for pound, like, the Vivo is, I don't know how it is in the States, but if I was to buy it, import it, it would be cheaper.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. More storage, more RAM.
And the version I had was the Hong Kong global version. You had the European.
Yeah, European one. Yeah.
We had a couple different numbers in the builds, but it was pretty much a stock experience. I did have some weird issues. I can't remember, some software things.
Software,
Like, I like the Honors photos, but I didn't like the Honor skin. I didn't like how you had to swipe down from different sides. And
the Magic 6 Pro was a big disappointment. The cameras were garbage.
It was a good phone. It was
a good phone. Just cameras weren't great.
The camera thing, they went backwards on that.
Yeah. So the Magic V3 is coming out. We'll talk about that very, very soon. We did talk about it earlier in the show if you missed it.
Why would we talk about it soon?
We might get our hands on it. I'm hoping I get my hands on it. I haven't fucking locked in anything yet.
I hope so, because my Tesla costs a lot of money.
I know, yeah. But I've spent too much money this week on
it was funny.
cars.
You get the EV and you go on the rabbit hole of chargers, accessories.
Yes.
For me, at least, when I buy a car, it doesn't have, there's certain things like I want to protect things, so you get
Yes. I mean, I haven't bought anything yet apart from the car.
You don't even have the car yet, so it makes sense.
I don't have the car yet, but I have been looking for cabin mats and the good.
I already bought the rubber fitted mat. Mat. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, the Tesla Model 3s do not come with any mats.
Seriously?
I had a paper mat and the driver's side is all I had.
Wow.
And I knew that going into it, so I had ordered them before. So when I got there, you'll love this. I put the mats in. So the mats I bought had a mat for the trunk.
Yep.
It has a secondary trunk, like a
chest.
A
chest
for the front and back. Okay.
Yes.
I put the front in, didn't think about it. Get in the car, put my foot in the brake, and it says gas pedals all the way down. I'm like, what?
Oh shit.
So I actually put, not because it was hot out. I just, but if that was a gas car.
Yeah, you would have gone fucking shoot.
It didn't do anything. It knew smart enough that, hey, there's an issue here. So I looked down, I'm like, okay. So I just moved it, and that was a fun side story. But those mats are great because you can pull them out and just spray them down.
Yes. Oh, that's like the ones I buy here. So in Canada, I don't know if they have in the States.
WeatherTech.
You guys have WeatherTech. We have Tux mats. We have WeatherTech as well.
Tux mats, they're everywhere. Yeah. I went on Amazon and bought some Amazon ones. They were fine.
That's what I think I'm going to end up doing, but we'll see how I feel.
Well, if you want to pay $300 for Tesla ones or $130 for Amazon ones, they look exactly the same.
Same, yeah. All come from the same factory. But anyway, on that note, that actually brings us to the end of the Tech Disruptors podcast for another week. Episode number 29. Next week's episode 30. We've done 30 weeks of episodes of the Tech Disruptors podcast.
And the amount of money we're raking in, I could probably retire that, really.
And listen, I'm going to say this now. If you're not subscribed, what is wrong with you?
Right.
Listen, we're here every week. Actually, next week, I may not be here. Jason might be hosting this with someone else. But
and I challenge you, if you watch from every episode, we actually get better looking.
It's true.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yep. Day one, the first episode, I had a mustache and I was balding. And
I had a man bun.
Yeah.
And chops. And now they're
true. Now he's clean cut. He looks like the tech version of Pitbull. So
right.
Pretty good. So, but anyway, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, all those great places. And you can follow us also on X, Disruptors 2024. Say hi. We'd love to hear from you. But on that note, we will clock out.